Okay, hello everyone and welcome to Journey with the Kellers. My name is Amanda Keller and today we are back in the Keller kitchen. So today we are going to be making something from the Halo official cookbook. It's called the Patty Melt. Sounds good. So I am making a double batch of this, so I will be giving you the ingredients for the regular batch, which makes about 4 patty melts. I needed a little bit more than that, so I'm doubling it. So basically what you're going to need to do is you're going to need 2 large onions, and you're just going to need to slice them up so that they make little rings. Okay, see, little rings. And then once you have these sliced up, we're going to move on to the oven. So we'll be back as soon as I get this one the rest of the way sliced up. Okay, now once you've got your onions all nice and cut up, it's going to be time to put them in a skillet and cook them. So you're going to put about a tablespoon of olive oil in a pan and heat it up. And then you're just going to put the onions in here. And you're going to stir them cook them for about 2 minutes until they become translucent. Well, it'd be easier to just use my hands, I think. You probably kind of want to break these up to make them just like single rings. And you want to make sure you also get them all coated in the olive oil, so stir them up real good once you get them in here. Okay, so I'll be back after we get these all in here and get them stirred up and get them translucent, and then we'll move on to the next step. Okay, now once you get your onions translucent, which translucent doesn't mean that you can necessarily see through them, it just kind of means that they kind of turn, not sure if you can see that, but kind of like that. Almost like a really funny looking kind of white, okay? So once they do that, you're gonna want to go ahead and add a pinch of salt. And then stir this up. I'm leaving the pan here. And then after you get that stirred up, you're gonna turn it down to a medium-low heat. And you're gonna let it cook until it caramelizes, stirring it on occasion. It's gonna take about 30 to 45 minutes according to the book. Okay? Then while you're doing that, you can also go ahead and get a pound of mushrooms and stem them and slice them up. Now, I already brought mine pre-stemmed and sliced up from Walmart. Oops. But if you didn't do that, then this is a good time to go ahead and get those sliced up and get them ready. So as soon as these are all done up and caramelized, which caramelized means they're turning like a real brown and getting nice and toasty. They get like a kind of almost like a stickiness, like a caramel. Okay, so we'll be back as soon as that's done. Okay, you guys, so our onions are nice and caramelized, as you can see. They're nice and brown. So you're gonna set these aside in on a plate, or I'm putting mine in a bowl just because I think it'll be easier to have. Okay, now after you've got that done, all right, you're gonna go ahead and use the same pan again and add another tablespoon of olive oil, or you can also use like canola spray if you want. Need a little bit more because I'm doing a double batch. Okay, and then you need 1 pound of sliced and stemmed mushrooms. So I actually just got mine from the store, so I wouldn't have to do it. Makes things a little bit easier, I think. And you're just gonna cook these until they're golden brown. The books suggest about 10 minutes. So we'll see if it only takes about 10 minutes. The onions did take a little bit longer than the 30 to 45 minutes, but that could be because I'm doing a double batch, so there were more onions there. Okay, so let's give those a good stir up here. Oops. Get them kind of coated in the canola oil. Getting them under the grate here. That's all right. Okay, chase these couple out that I got under here. Without burning myself, that would be nice. Okay, and so while you're waiting for those to cook, we can go ahead and get the burgers ready. So for the burgers, what you're gonna need is just a pound of ground turkey. Now remember, I am making 2 servings or 2 things of this, so don't you know, go by what it looks like. So it's the actual recipe is for a pound of ground turkey. Then you're gonna do 2 teaspoons of rub sage. And I know I should use measuring spoons, but I'm not going to. It looks about like a teaspoon. 2, and I'm gonna need 4. Okay, oops, I'll wash that off now. And then 1 teaspoon of thyme leaves. Okay, oops, too much. Okay. And then a half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, or however you say it. Okay, so that's probably about 1/2 a teaspoon and 2 half a teaspoons. Okay, then you're gonna mix these together and get them all nice and mixed in, but it says don't over mix it, okay? So we'll just mix the herbs up in there real good. There's a big clunk of it right there, so let's get that mixed in. All right, so once you get that all nice and mixed up, looks pretty good. I don't see any big clunks of herbs. You're gonna go ahead and divide this into 4 equal parts and make some hamburger patties out of them. And it says to try to make the patties about as big as your pieces of sourdough bread. Now also, after you get done with that, you can go ahead and get 8 slices of sourdough bread and butter one side of each slice, just like you would for like grilled cheese, okay? All right, so we'll be back after the mushrooms are done and we'll cook these patties and see how they do. We'll be right back. All right, you guys, so once your mushrooms are nice and cooked up, you're gonna go ahead and add them into your onions and just give them a stir up. And then you're just gonna set those aside for now until you're ready to go. Okay, your next step is gonna be, you're gonna need a pan that's gonna be big enough to either hold all the patties, or you're gonna need 2 pans. I'm obviously gonna need 2. You're gonna go ahead and start those up again. Get them, oops, wrong burner. Get them nice and warmed up. And you can either put another teaspoon of olive oil in each one, or you can just spray the bottom of the pan with canola oil, like this stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and put some olive oil on the bottom of each one, about a tablespoon a piece. Okay, now you got your meat nice in here. And I am just gonna make some good sized patties because my sourdough bread is pretty good size and I don't want it to be, you know, a bunch of bread with a little bit of a patty. We're gonna go ahead and put that in here. And then once you get this all nice and pattied up, then you're gonna go ahead and salt and pepper them. I just need about 6 patties. It originally makes 4, so if you're doing just the one batch of this, then you need to just patty up 4. Try to get them even as you can. That one looks a little bit too thick. Go. Usually patty melts are kind of a thin burger. Some of these might be a little bit thicker than they need to be. That's all right. That one doesn't look big enough, so we'll add a little bit to it. Okay, now you're just gonna add some salt and pepper to those and then fry them up and get them done on each side. Probably takes about 5 minutes or so on each side. And then we'll see what we do to get those sandwiches all together, and we'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so now it's time for assembly. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a piece of sourdough with the butter and you're gonna put that side down on your pan. Now I have this nice little flat pan. You can also use a skillet, you know, whatever. So we're gonna put a couple of these down, and right now I don't have this on. You can leave it off. And then you're gonna go ahead and put a piece of Swiss cheese on each one of these. Can get the Swiss cheese out. Whoosh. Okay, so a piece of Swiss cheese on each one. Then you're gonna put a little bit of your onion and your mushroom mixture on top of that piece of Swiss cheese. Okay. Sticking like so. You're supposed to try to like evenly disperse it out. So if you're doing the 4 sandwiches and you can cook 4 at a time, then you would basically put all of it on all 4. Now remember, this is a double batch, so this is a lot of onion and mushrooms, so you won't have that much. Okay, then you're gonna put your patty, your turkey patty on top of that. And then another piece of Swiss cheese. And then your top piece of bread with the butter side facing up. And I always try to make sure that I have them facing the same way as the bottom bread. So if the head of the bread is up here, you want the top piece to be up there. Okay, you're gonna go ahead and turn these on and then just brown them on both sides, just like a grilled cheese sandwich. And then they'll be ready to eat. So we'll be back as soon as they're done. Okay, you guys, so our sandwiches are all nice and cooked. If you can see, I cut them in half so they're a little bit easier to handle. You got the nice meat, the onions and the mushrooms, the cheese. It looks delicious. So let's give this a try. Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. The turkey kind of tastes like sausage, like breakfast sausage. Oh, that is delicious. This gets an A+. Love it. Okay, you guys, so that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this movie. If you like it, like and subscribe, and you can see more or get notifications, or however you want to play it. So hope you guys have a nice day or a nice night. See you later. Bye.